Hi everyone, it's Edwin here, the Pretty Green Vinyl Guy, and I've got a video update here. This is part of a thread that James Griffiths started maybe about 10 days ago, where he created what he called the 10 link challenge, which was kind of connecting records from one to the other, and people did it with artists and people that appeared and producers and album covers and all sorts of cool things. And in fact, I just watched James doing a revised entry that he did back on his own thread, which is really cool. And but that got me thinking, 10? Surely we can do more than 10. Could we do 12? Could we do 15? Well, I've managed to link 16 albums together, all with personnel. Because when you can do 10, you got to do more, right? It's like we can't be happy and rest on our laurels because we achieved 10. Surely we have to get more links. So here we go. Let's see how I did. We're going to start with this album. This is Crosby Nash. This is their first album together, which had the great song Immigration Man on it. And part of Crosby and Nash was, of course, David Crosby. This is his amazing solo album, If I Could Only Remember My Name, which had tons of great people playing on it, and you certainly could have started linking right from that. But of course, David Crosby was in a band called the Byrds. This is early Byrds, and in that band with him was Roger McGuinn, who appeared on this album, which came out after David Crosby had moved on. And on this album, the Byrds recruited a guy called Graham Parsons. Now, Graham Parsons, he left the Byrds and he went on to form the Flying Burrito Brothers. And in the Flying Burrito Brothers, he had a bandmate, also from the Byrds, called Chris Hillman. And Chris Hillman, he left the Burritos to form Manassas with one Stephen Stills. Great album, by the way. And Stephen Stills, he put out this fantastic first solo album at the same time as the other Byrds put out theirs. And this featured Jimi Hendrix actually played on a song, and so did Mr. Eric Clapton. Now, Eric Clapton, he's of course famous for being in a band called Blind Faith with another English chap called Steve Winwood. Before Blind Faith, Steve Winwood was in a very popular band in its time called Traffic. And he was in Traffic with a guy called Dave Mason. And Dave Mason played on this amazing album by Graham Nash. And Graham Nash not only played on this album, but Neil Young also played on this album. Neil Young plays piano on 3 songs. And Neil Young was in a band called Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, which contained the members Crosby and Nash. 16! There you go, guys. That was a bit of fun. I maybe cheated a little bit, being that it's easy to connect Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young throughout their careers. But anyway, I wanted to up the limits, and let's see if anybody else can come up with more than 16. Can we get to 20? Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.